we have in the neighborhood of 500 Rails servers and Ruby servers that we have to manage. And doing that is been quite of a pain. We found this monitoring tool called Scout that is built on Ruby, really easy to install on any of the servers. It's simply gem install Scout. You can put it in your cron tab to fire off every minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever plan you're on for data storage. And even Chef and Moonshine actually have recipes for them built in now, so that you can actually just deploy it right from your deployment scripts. Once you deploy the gem out there, all you have to do is configure it from the web interface. You don't have to do anything on the servers to take care of it. They have, I think, upwards of 100 plugins now that you can use. They're all open source, and you can write your own. And it's as simple as just clicking install plugin, and that'll actually, every time the gem comes to check in with the app, it sends out its plugin plan and runs whatever it needs to get the metrics from the server. Like I said, there's I think 100 now. Every single one of them that they built is open source. They're all hosted on GitHub, or you can write your own in Ruby and put it up there. You can leave yours closed source, or you can put it open into their repository. It also has a request log analyzer, so all you have to do is in the web interface, give it the path to your logs, and it'll go and parse all that and give you very similar metrics to what New Relic would give you across all your servers. It's got some really robust graphing in it, so with any plugin that you write or that you've installed, you can build your own charts and pull data from multiple servers so you can see how they compare to each other. You can look for your bottlenecks. Again, based on what plan you have, your data is available anywhere from 6 months to a year back at 3-minute increments. So you can actually get some pretty detailed reporting that way. With that data comes the alerts. So you can have it set to when you hit certain thresholds to email you, SMS, text you, whatever, based on what you wanted. And you can do that to any of the plugins, any of the data that comes in. And not only just at threshold limits, but you can set trending triggers. So if something's starting to trend in a negative way, you can be alerted that way. Again, be it SMS or email. They have RSS feeds that you can integrate into a fail board, etc. And you can set it as percentages or certain volumes, etc. So it's really, really robust in terms of the trending, which is actually what we use more so than thresholds. So if we start to see queues back up, we'll know based on how many we're supposed to process an hour if we're trending to be done at a certain time or not, and then alert everybody that needs to know. With all of those servers, trying to see them in a dashboard can be complicated, but they've set it up pretty nicely to where you can create groups, assign servers to the groups, and then view them just on a basic overview in this dashboard here. They'll give you, you've got your last minute check-in, how much memory you're using, disk space, etc. You can customize that a little bit. But then when you want to see the details, you can go into the actual server and see all these details. And these are the plugins that you get to put in there. So, we've got server load over the last minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, disk usage, memory profiles. Here's one we wrote that's all of our Redis queues. You can also do, your MySQL data, what you've got going where, your throughput, transactions per second, etc. And again, all that data is available for alerts, for triggers, etc. And that's really, really it. It's a simple app that makes managing your servers easy for a developer that's not a sysadmin. It takes a lot of the sysadmin work out. You don't have to configure anything on the servers, like I said. And it's just a really, really cool app. So if you're doing anything that needs monitoring, I would recommend looking into it.
Questions?
What are the price points?
Let's see, I have, this is, matter of fact, this is ours right here. So this is our keyword queues over the last month. So we can see some of the signatures of what's going on when we make changes. But I believe let's see, let's look them up. So the basic one, gives you 3 servers at $49 a month. Updates every 10 minutes, and stores the data for 6 months. So the ultimate is 16 servers, but they also have, if you need more than that, they have some custom enterprising stuff that they'll work with you on. So.
Do they have anything like a light version?
No, so they have a free 30-day trial that does 10-minute intervals, and it stores your data for those 30 days, but that's it.
One server and 5 plugins.
Yeah.
So,
Is it down there as well?
so you're not actually running your smaller servers through Scout then, right?
I
Just
run a
your
handful of
scrapers
them
and stuff?
when we make changes to some of the code base, and I want to see what it's doing signature-wise.
Okay.
I'll track some of them on there, but I don't track all of them.
Okay.
I track all of our big server, anything that's doing the heavy lifting,
Yeah.
and then a handful of the workers.
Okay.
And that's the other thing too, like if you update any of your plugins, you just push a button inside the interface and it kicks it out to all the servers. So it updates anything you want. If you make a configuration change on the server, you can change that in the web interface and hit update, and then it'll clone it out everywhere it needs to be. They have, some of the plugins they have, they've got everything from your memory profile, your typical stuff you'd expect, but then what is it, like Nginx, it's not just for Rails, it's got Nginx, it's got Passenger, it's got Sphinx monitoring, it's got the Redis queues, etc. So there's quite a bit on there. Mongo, we use that, EC2 CloudWatch stuff.
That's cool. I didn't realize they had plugins that you could add on to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, you can write, anything you can write in Ruby, you can put in there and make your own plugins. So you can query your own database and do a little more customization that way.
Great. Thank you, Michael.
Yep.